Okay. So I'm on day 5 of my protest. Okay. And the cowardly mayor still hasn't showed up. Okay. I realize he's got a lot to do, but I'm on strike now. I'm not doing music. I am not eating. Okay. I wasn't drinking for a while there. And this is the story I can tell you, okay? This morning I wake up and I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm tired of sleeping on the streets. I'm tired of fighting and being silenced, you know. They keep saying, well, Miss Stacy's going to let you come back inside with your speaker, right? And I said, well, I'm safer out here on the streets with people driving my 88 Mercury by, trying to threaten me, because I know that God is watching my back, right? I have physical proof. Pictures of when angels took out taillights of wanted men from Monroe County, you know, and pictures of angels and my dad and the demon that controls Officer Beaton plotting to take the evil man, if the evil voodoo high priest down. Why that didn't occur to me, I don't know why. But tried to give me a poison pizza, okay? So God has been watching my back. So these people don't scare me. And they just want to silence me now because I'm making them look bad, right? I'm making them look bad, and I'm making the mayor look bad. And you know what? I don't care if I make the mayor look bad. As long as I'm here and the mayor doesn't show up, he's going to look bad. Okay? I didn't know. Was he afraid of the snakes? If he's afraid of the snakes, then he has a reason. Okay? Because that means he's a bad man. And so I woke up this morning and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go on a hunger strike, but I'm going to go on a hunger and water strike. And I did that quite a few times at the jail. And that's one of the advantages to not having the sense of taste and smell, right? Once you get over the initial hunger pangs, that's it. You don't really, you know, you still feel bad because it's 100 fucking degrees out here, a million fucking degrees out here. I don't know what it was with the heat index. And so I'm sitting here under this kind of awning thing, and my stuff's over there. And just trying to get cool, you know. I still haven't had anything to drink or eat. And this one older woman, I don't remember her name, and even if I did remember her name, I wouldn't tell you, but she's in the shelter, right? She's got a walker, and she comes out. And some of the ladies that I've made as friends here have come out to check on me. One tried to give me ice water, and I said, I'm not, you know, I'm not doing anything. But I said, you know what, just give it to the next homeless person you see, right? And so this old lady comes out, and bless her heart, and she's got this little walker thing. And she says, you need to drink some water. You need to let me bring you some water. And I said, no, honey, I'm not going to do that, because the longer I stay alive here, the more time the mayor thinks he has to come find me. And you know what? If I'm gonna go, I might as well go right here than anywhere else, being trapped in another house. Okay, because that's the story of my life, and that's the story of Rebecca Lynn Carter. I told you about her. That's the story about. It's a story about the lady who was sitting next to me, who was basically my neighbor for the first 4 days. And she started out attacking me, but in the end, we ended up praying for each other. And she told me about her dreams of having a beautiful house with a beautiful yard with all kinds of trees, shade trees, and I told her she was going to have that. I said, I promise you, you're going to have that and more. And so I prayed, she prayed for me first, and I prayed for her, and it was right after that that they came and offered to find her housing. And they offered me to, and I said, no, I can't go with you, because I'll just be hidden away again in another house, trapped in another house. And I need someone to hear my story, so I'm going to wait out here for the mayor. And And then this morning, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna not drink because it's 100 bajillion degrees out here. And so she comes up to me and she says, you need to drink some water. You don't have to eat. And I said, I was telling her about Moses. How Moses, he fasted for 40 days, right, in the desert. And then he brought down the 10 commandments and they were all worshiping the golden calf. And then God destroyed the golden calf, right? And then he went up for another 40 days and without food and water. So 80 total. And I'm telling her that. She says, yeah, but you got, it's so hot out here. You got to drink some water. God is telling me, please, honey, let me bring you some water. And so she was just crying. And I said, okay, I promise you I'll get some water. And so she's like, she's hysterical, right? So she collapses on her knees. And she's got this walker, and so I'm like, okay, you need some water. It's hot out here, right? So I say, I'm going to hug you. I'm going to grab you. So I grab her by the chest, and I pull her up, And we're both struggling because I'm in pain, right? And she gets up, and she's still crying. I wish I wanted to give you water. God told me to give you some water and talk you into getting some water, and it's so hot out here. And so I said, you need to go back inside. You need to get some water. And so she had a water bottle in her thing, but it was cold. And so this other friend, okay, she also has a walker. She comes out. She's like, she's going to give her water. And she's like, well, she's like, you can have some water. And she's like, well, is it open? Is it open? Yeah, it's open. It's open. And hers was open. Okay. And so she says, no, I need a sealed, I need an unbroken one. I need a new one. And so she's crying, and then I'm like trying to steady her back and helping her with the walker. We go all the way to the front of the building, right? And there's the security guard there sitting on her ass, shoving chips into her face, because that's what evil witches do, right? They sit and they're sloths, right? They sit on their lazy asses and they shove chips into their faces, and they're just wielding spell work and bitching about life, right? And so she gets up in this, I'm helping this my older friend in through the front doors, and my older friend looks at her and she says, I need some water. And so she goes in and she gets some water in a sealed water bottle, right? And she hands it to her. And then my friend turns around and hands it to me. Okay, and it makes me think of the scene in The Proposal when Betty White fakes a heart attack. Okay? Because I'm fooled. I think she's gonna die of heat stroke right there. She hands it to me. She says, here, honey. She says, I'm okay. And this bitch that was stuffing her face with chips, she says, you mean to tell me I gave you that water and you just turned around and gave it to her? And I looked at her and I said, you act like you paid for this money out of your pocket. And she's like, I didn't mean for you to have it, And then I said, you know what, bitch? I said, what are you going to do? Call the cops on me? You can't disrespect me. I said, what are you going to do? Call the cops on me? Go right ahead. And when it kind of dawned on me what my older friend had done, because she could have drank her water. She wanted sealed water for me because, people have been coming up and offering me food. Last night, I came back, and there was some food sitting there. It was shrimp. It was a nice shrimp meal. Somebody had left there, and I knew they left it for me because it was still hot. And they walked away because they knew if they had handed it to me, I would have rejected it. And so I just threw it on the cart there with all of my other friends' junk. So I don't know. Maybe they'll come and remove it as evidence. They'll I don't know, tow the cart away. I don't know. But chances are it's poison. And right now it's probably food poison because it's been, at least 14 hours since I left it there. I would be anxious to see. Well, they couldn't come back and claim it and destroy the evidence again. Like the Masonic Candyman. That's the other thing. Masonic Candyman came to me on day 6. This is day 5. Am I going to survive until day 6? I don't know. I'm betting that the mayor's not going to be here today. Or any day for that matter. I don't care. I thought I'd tell that story. I got friends inside. And I don't remember her name, but I'm just going to call her Betty. Thank you, Lord.